And the recording has started. Welcome everybody to Horns and Hooves. Now, before we do actually get started, I do want to thank Fireball Studios. It is their module that we are playing today. They are a recent startup that is making an app for text-based adventures. I'm not sure if it's free, but I have looked it over, and the app looks freaking phenomenal. It is just awesome. And this is their flagship adventure. You're playing on their dime today, so we definitely do want to thank them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fireball Studios.
Thank you, Fireball.
Okay. Well, you guys have been adventuring together for a little bit now, and adventuring is, of course, a strong word, you know. You guys have gone on relatively minor adventures, of course, like fetch quests and stuff, without any real conflict, so this is your first big one. You guys have been staying in the town of Ciderbrook recently, and you heard about a reward. So right now you are walking down the road. We will get to what the quest is in a second, but I do want to get character introductions first. So what you're going to do is give us a physical description of your character, and then segue to one of the other characters. You should also sort of roleplay what you're doing and how you're walking, how you're acting during this time. And I suppose, why don't we start with Caleb, since I haven't had you on my table in a while.
Okay, just intro character or also our spells?
Don't introduce yourselves. This is being recorded,
Just
and I don't really need to broadcast where you guys are from and anything about you.
Perfect. So, who you see a little satyr just skipping down the road here, looking very glee and gay, all happy down the road while he's skipping along, and he's blowing into his pan flute as he's blowing a very soft, almost reminiscent tune, very quiet as the morning's coming along and he's walking along this very busy road.
Okay. Give us a segue to one of the other characters.
As he's skipping and hopping along, he turns back around to look at the famous wrestler in the group and see what is going on with him.
The imposing man before you is Yakov Skrivorsky. You know so because everybody that sees him says his name. Rather well known. I've wrestled everything to the ground and beat it into submission. And I walk accordingly. Next to me is... Oh, what's his name? Smoke or something? Grover? Not sure.
You gesture over to the tabaxi in the party, and what does he look like?
He is a calico colored tabaxi who wears light clothing and a mask over his face, obscuring his mouth.
Okay. Then how is he acting? And, of course, give us a segue to the last person as well.
He is eyeing everyone, keeping an eye out at everything, always on the hunt for his next mark. And next to me is the last of our group.
His name is Hammond, if you want to talk.
Hammond.
Hammond is the golden boy. He has long flowing golden hair, he has amber eyes, he has golden tan skin, and he's a himbo. He's not the brightest. And he says, "Hey y'all, sorry about lagging behind, I just got..." Huh.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, can you slow down?
There's
As,
no problem with you there.
As he brushes up, because you got distracted by looking smelling the roses. Isn't the countryside so beautiful?
The countryside is beautiful.
Well, you all have been staying in the town of Ciderbrook recently, and as you all stop to admire the countryside, you remember back to when you heard that people have been disappearing in the nearby Umbra Woods where you find yourselves now. The mayor of Ciderbrook offers a reward of 100 gold pieces to uncover the mystery. You'd packed up your gear and traveled deep into the woods, determined to earn the reward. Hold on. Everything is going fine until an hour before sundown. Strangely, the road dead ends in a large clearing, where you see a gated fence surrounding 2 log cabins, a garden, and a pond. The cabins seem normal except for one thing. There are goats everywhere. Goats in the trees, goats on the roofs, goats in the pond, goats of all colors and sizes. Some goats wander up to the fence and then turn back. Their loud bleats and hoof beats make your ears ring. Meh!
Watch your things, guys. I know goats will eat anything, even your hand.
We won't eat anything. I'll just trot on up and ask him. And I trot on up to one of the goats and just start trying to, like, growl back at it would be a way of saying, and start tapping my hooves and just interacting with my goat brother.
Okay. You trot up to the side of the fence, and one of the goats is nearby. Meh! It bleats as you get near it. You can make an animal handling check. Advantage, since you are a satyr after all.
Grover, I didn't realize we were going to your family reunion.
And neither did I. Let's see if it's at advantage. Animal handling. So 18.
Meh! It walks up to you near the fence, and it clacks its horns against the fence like any other goat might. You find yourself able to pet it without any big issues. You guys look across the way. You can see that there is a goat just standing on one of the roofs of the log cabin right now, and another that is munching on... Is that a woman's bra?
That is not normal goat food. Maybe you are right, Yakov.
Of course I'm right. I see it all the time.
See, draw or the goat munching on things that doesn't normally that would be considered trash.
Well,
Or both.
do you guys want to try hopping the fence? So far, you don't see any people. Just goats.
Are the goats on both sides of the fence?
No, they are only inside the fence.
Okay.
Grover gestures over to everyone and says, come on, guys, let's just hop the fence, as I very easily just bound up above the fence and start looking for the other goats in the pen to start petting and eating the grass with.
Meh.
Rah,
Meh.
rah.
Hey, Grover, can you leap over again? Can you grab on this rope that I'm going to toss over?
Sure.
The fence
As
isn't
I,
super high. You guys are easily all able to just climb over it into the enclosure. You
Okay.
can see that the homestead includes 3 main locations, really. 2 log cabins and a pond. The place seems devoid of humans. The only things that are roaming around are goats. After all, they're eating scraps of vegetables and food and trash and climbing on things. The whole place is surrounded on all sides by thick forest.
I want to pet a goat. Can I do that?
Sure.
'Cause
You
I
head
like animals.
you head over to one of the goats. Meh. Make an animal handling check for me. You reach out,
What?
trying to intuit the animal's senses and feelings. And it kind of leans its head down and scratches its side with its horn as you pet it. It seems to be friendly. Meh.
Oh, Yakov, don't be such a nitwit.
Meh. Meh.
See, these is it boy goat or girl goat?
Do you want to check?
I'll get a little gelu down there.
Sex the goat.
Yeah, this should be fairly obvious.
you bend down and give me another animal handling check.
I'm just looking. I'm like, if I don't see anything down there, it should have some very big handles balls. Well, sure, I'll give you another animal handle check.
Okay.
I'm not gonna touch it or anything.
You bend down and you're about to check when you all hear "Mah!" and like coming bounding up from behind him, and ramming him from behind so that he goes face first into the ground. Another goat rams him and then dashes off. He's not hurt, but it certainly was a bit humiliating.
At least get a C.
You did not notice, and the goat was surprised, so ran off.
You never want to
I
hit
think
a goat
Yakov's
from
right.
behind.
These might be more dangerous than we thought.
Oh,
Goats aren't dangerous. We're all fine. Well,
yeah, it didn't hurt me.
The real question is, why are so many goats here? I've been looking everywhere. I have no idea.
Yakov, actually make a perception check for me, because you have been looking everywhere. You focus your attention on any detail of the strange surroundings that might be important. But though you feel something is off about this place, you don't notice anything specific besides the goats, of course.
I would like to investigate the main house.
Okay. As you head
don't rifle
towards
for
the
things
house,
that aren't yours.
your companions follow, commenting on the fact that you're snooping around somewhere that you probably shouldn't be. You can see that the cabin door hangs open slightly, as if nobody bothered to shut it.
No, that's not normal.
As you push it aside, the door squeaks. Inside, you find a shadowy main room, littered with empty bottles, old dishes, bits of food, tobacco stains, clumps of dirt, and what looks like goat hair. Damaged furniture is strewn about, and the air has a distinct, crusty tavern smell. On the wall opposite, you see a door leading to another room.
Can all of us see in the dark?
I cannot.
I can't.
So
But I
who
have
said
my
that?
ways.
Did Caleb say
I
that?
can't. As Grover just like taps his toes on the ground. Grover
Alright.
cannot see in the dark.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna cast that on on like a weapon or something so you can see in front of you.
What are you casting?
The light spell, it's a cantrip.
I will be trying to dodge your light.
Hey, give me a light. I can't see anything.
See, my lights are colorful, as I will cast my own dancing lights and make them beautifully strain around the room in different vibrant colors of pink, neon orange, bright green, and just let everything.
Well, there goes any chance of us sneaking in and getting away without being attacked. If there's a
Well,
You think too much of the time. You need to enjoy the present. And I'll cast dancing lights.
Your dancing lights whirl about the room, lighting it up in various colors like a disco ball or something.
Well, I sure do appreciate that, Grover.
It looks much better.
I like it.
I'm
Well,
trying.
I'm still going to try and sneak in.
Okay.
Go to the door at the back.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. You drop into a low crouch, and you hurry across the floor, the pads of your cat feet making not a single noise as you head towards the opposite room. You pass by the main living room, and opening the door, you discover a room with one large bed and one child-sized bed. It's dark and dusty, but the lights from Grover's dancing light spell illuminate the room just enough to show piles of clothes, empty bottles, and toys scattered about the room. Something is moving in the shadows. Bah! A baby goat jumps out. Hold on 1 second, right there. Jumps out, and its yellow eyes large and curious. It starts chewing on one of the wooden toys.
I pick up the goat.
Strangely, the goat makes no motion to avoid you as you walk over and pick it up, Unlike the ones outside, there's no animal handling check required.
This is a friendly goat. Why is it so friendly?
Because it's a
Give
baby.
it its toy.
Bah,
Meh.
bah.
If you want to talk to it, hold on to it then. And he hands it to Grover.
Happily, and he'll pick him up, and he will try speaking Sylvan to it by saying, "How are you doing?" And I don't know if goats can actually speak Sylvan or if they just. I'm just repeating what they're saying.
As you speak
with the
Sylvan to the goat, the party leans in expectantly, waiting for its response, expecting it to perhaps speak up. The goat opens its mouth, leans slightly forward, and then, in the crispest, most clear goat voice you've ever heard, Meh! It
Meh.
bleats in your face.
I have no idea what this is saying, guys, but it's cute. As I will pull out my pan flute and try to play it one-handedly as I'm holding the baby goat in the air.
The goat's
I
eyes
want to
go wide,
investigate the baby goat.
and it goes
Be
silent.
careful.
As suddenly, as you start playing your pipes, something happens. Hold on 1 second.
Ooh, what did
Through
I
all the noise of the
accidentally
goats
do?
outside, bleating and shrieking, you start to recognize an odd melody, seemingly sung in common, but in odd, shaky voices. Sleep all morning, get up at noon, then it's into the woods I go. When my basket's full and the sun goes down, then I'll return for a bottle or two. I'll return for a bottle or two. You hear the chorus of voices sing.
Grover, though a little creeped out more by curiosity, he will begin to try to play his flute in tune with that sort of melody and continue stumbling through the lyrics like there's.
Yeah, they don't rhyme, so it's a bit of an odd song to try to follow. The goat seems restless as you're playing your pipes.
Yarkov, why don't you carry this goat? It's getting a little heavy for me, but I'll head outside and if I can play along with those goats.
As you head outside, does the rest of the party follow, or do you guys want to further investigate the house in any way?
I grab the goat and the toy because I feel like the goat likes this toy, so I don't want it chewing on my hand.
I'll follow the baby goat because it's cute as all Dickens.
I love it. You guys follow Grover back out of the house, and as you get out there, the goats bound from all over the homestead, hurrying over to you as you hold the pipes. They bleat, but also you can see that now that they're clustering around you, the singing is coming from the goats. Sleep all morning, get up at noon, then it's into the woods I go. When my basket's full and the sun goes down, I'll return for a bottle or two. Yes, I'll return for a bottle or two.
Do I recognize this song, Chris? Can I roll something to
A history
remember?
check, actually. You think
I spent a
back.
lot of time in bars. Not enough.
You think back, hoping to maybe have heard that at some point, but you've never heard this before. It's so strange. It's haunting, and it doesn't even rhyme. Whoever made this is definitely no bard.
This sounds like a terrible song. Let me try playing a better one. And I will try to play over their still singing your song and try to play more of a upbeat ditty with my flute and see if they start reacting to that.
They don't, though. They stop singing the original song as you play discordant notes. Discordant notes in contrast to what they were singing. But as they all quiet down just a bit more and stop singing, you hear a shriek from the barn. Pipes!
That came from the barn. They're asking for your pipes. That is weird.
Well,
Or
yes,
to play,
you
my
should head on
instruments can
over.
play happily.
You guys want
I'd say we go to the barn.
Yeah, let's head on over.
Why not?
you guys
And
head
Grover will follow.
You guys head to the barn with Grover playing his pipes as you go. You can see that this two-story barn, it seems to be well made, if in a bit of disrepair. There is a hayloft that opens up at the top section of the barn, and a set of double doors that are currently closed, hiding what may lie within.
I throw the small goat at the hayloft.
Wow. You could make an athletics check to toss him up there. Matt!
Sorry, wrong button.
You toss the goat up
Oh.
into the hayloft. Oh, that was I'm gonna let you keep
It
your
was-
original roll because this is a baby goat and I don't want you splattering him over the side of the barn. Anyway, you toss the goat
Back
up
off! What are you
into
doing?
the hayloft. Matt! He says as he flies up, and you hear a hollow sort of wooden as he lands inside, not too far in. He couldn't have fallen more than a foot over the apex of his toss. Like you tossed him up, boop, right there.
What's up there, little boy?
Matt!
Girl?
It sticks its head back out.
Yarika.
It sticks its head back out of the loft and bleats once. Matt!
Yarika. That's so rude. As Grover is gonna try to jump up to that window and get inside with that little goat.
Sure. Okay. You can give me an athletics check. Actually, you might not even need to. What is your strength score? Because you get to jump extra, right?
I get to roll a d8 and add that number to the number of feet I cover vertically, and my strength is unfortunately a -1.
Okay.
So it might require still an athletics check or something.
Yeah. It is gonna require an athletics check, but you will like bound up and then catch the boards and try to climb further. So go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I'm a great musician. Not as much.
Grover kind of
yeah.
like does a little butt shake as he crouches down, and then like a frog, he leaps up, and there is a face slap as his head hits the side of the barn, and then he falls back on his butt comically. Matt!
Wow, my
Grover, would you
horse.
like me to go up there?
Yeah, I'll head up with you inside, and I'll just try to go inside and get up instead of jumping again after comically hitting my horns on the wall of the bar.
Okay. Well, Smoke wanted to go first. Smoke happens to have a climbing speed, so he doesn't even need to make a athletics check as he scales the side of the barn. His claws dig into the wood, and he crawls up in there with the goat. You can see that the hayloft is quite spacious. There's a lot of hay, and weirdly, the baby goat is not eating the hay. He's still chewing on his wooden toy.
This is weird. He's hungry, but he's eating wood instead of the edible hay.
Matt! With the rest of
Kind
you,
of an insight check on the baby goat to
Matt!
see if it's was because, and I'll tell you what, and I'll tell you all what I'm thinking.
Does anyone know cast detect magic?
The goat is not human, so insight does not really apply here. And animal
What I'm
handling would not apply either very much, but it is acting very strange.
What I'm thinking is, there is no people here, right?
There's no people so
We
far.
don't see them.
The only
But there are
human voice.
Heck of a bunch of goats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could these goats mayhaps been transformed from the people and goats?
Maybe.
Uh,
Let's see.
Yakov,
Sorry.
the door is currently closed. Do you want to try it?
Yes, I'll open the door.
As you give a firm push on the door, it becomes clear almost immediately the place has been barred off from the inside. You shove, but something's keeping it shut. If you wanted to actually get in through the door, you'd have to, shove it down, bust it down.
All right, I would attempt to bust this door down.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
You kind of
A
pull back,
barbarian
you lower your
pounding
shoulder,
things.
and you charge at the door. Go ahead and give me a strength check, not an athletics check. That's a strength save.
Oops. Okay, sorry.
Which would have been a 2 plus 3 is a 5.
Whatever is blocking the door on the inside is no match for your accomplished physique, you think. As you stretch your muscles, you prepare to bash the door open, and as hard as you push, you can feel the door bend against your weight, but it doesn't crack or give way. Unfortunately, you'll have to find another way in.
Hold on.
I
I
thought
will
you were
let you guys
strong.
in. As you
I'm gonna
climb down from
Climb
the
down and let him out.
hayloft to the other side of the door, you can see that there is a board that seems to have been nailed to the other side. Before you can let them in, you get to the main room of the barn and notice it hasn't been cleaned in a while. Your lungs fill with the scent of animal droppings and slowly decaying hay. The barn is sectioned off into pens, where a few strange objects on the ground catch your eye. An empty explorer's pack, a boot, a woman's hairpin, and an empty cookie tin. Suddenly, the sound of mad bleeding grabs your attention. Ah! In the farthest, darkest corner, as your ears flatten against your head and your eyes peer, gleaming in the darkness since you're a cat, you spot a single gray goat tethered to a post. Its yellow eyes widen as it seems to call out to you.
I'm still going to. That's freaking creepy. I am still going to open the door.
You unpry the board from the door and allow your party in. As you get inside, the goat pulls against what appears to be a tether, and he shrieks, "Pipes!"
Pipes! As I'll begin to walk over to him, playing my pipes in one hand, I'll get out a dagger and cut off that rope that's tying him to the fence or something, that lead.
"Pipes!" He shrieks, and then rushes past you out of the barn. He begins chewing on some grass.
What do you think happened here?
I have a feeling that everyone has been turned into a goat.
And that's a bad thing?
Well, if you're a human, yes.
Gotcha.
He's like, "What do you got against goats?"
It's goats, Yarkov.
Goats are okay. Yeah, they're fine. Yep. Well,
Goats are perfect. See, we're nice and friendly, but we can also hit you with our horns as I give a little knock on the top of my horns.
I see. Do you guys want to do
Would that
anything
be
else
like
in the
you trying
barn?
to climb in?
What?
I'm gonna look at the explorer's pack in the tent and.
Sure. As you dig through it, you notice that the explorer's pack is empty. All of this could be easily mistaken for trash if it weren't so out of place in the barn.
Okay. Did we search the entire house, guys, or did we come out here quicker?
No,
We
he found the baby and came out.
After we heard someone scream "Pops" in here.
Pipes, not pops. Pipes.
pipes.
Pipes, as
That's
in
what I
like
said, didn't I?
flute. Your accent's a little thick.
Oh, yeah, you said... okay, you got the southern accent. Okay. As you all are discussing this, suddenly, you hear a loud singing song in the distance. It grows louder until a satyr bursts from the trees. It's not Grover. A basket of mushrooms dangles from his arms, and he looks cheerful, with a bushy red beard framing his grinning face. Hold on 1 second.
It really is a family reunion for Grover, is it not?
Not all satyrs are related, but most get along. Hello! As I shout out loud of like seeing this satyr come in closer.
As he was prancing towards you, he pats the goats on their heads and says, "Merry are we when the sun goes down, merry are we with a bottle or three." And then when you call out to him, he goes, "Oh, hello there!" he cries when he sees you.
Hello. You taught the goats the song.
No need for hostility, friends. As you can see, I am a lonely bachelor with a farm full of goats. And we're used to having
I feel
wayward
that
travelers.
song is incredible.
Oh.
We're used to having wayward travelers knocking on our door. He approaches and holds out his hands to Grover. "The name's Olos. Would you care to join me for a drink?"
I would love a drink, and let me sing along to your little ditty as I'll play my flute and skip along with him. I think I need to point out that is a beautiful comment from Smoke, by the way.
He actually, like, as you pull out his, there's a gleam in his eyes, and he draws a set of panpipes from his coat pocket as well, and waves them in the air. "See ya! I often like to play my pipe for the little goaties. They love it so much, they've learned to ask for it." And he starts playing
that's
his
what
pipe.
we heard them asking for.
He begins playing his pipe for just a moment or two, but then he stops abruptly and he goes, "You know what? I'd love for a bit of," and he lowers his voice, "intelligent company, if you catch my drift. Come on!" He gestures towards the pond.
Follow, guys. And I'll follow him.
As you head towards the pond, you can see that the basket of mushrooms under Alos's arms kind of like dangles from it as he skips with Grover behind him. The rest of you are a bit more cautious.
This man is too friendly with goats. We have people like this at home. No good.
These people are too friendly. I don't trust him.
Like that.
These coats don't look... I mean, how was the barn nailed from the inside?
As he gets to the pond, he settles into a wicker chair that sits next to it and is surrounded by bottles. "You all wouldn't happen to have a drink, would you?" he says.
Oh no, I don't. We can get a little drink from the pond if that's what you're looking for.
"Oh no, I'm talking about a more alcoholic one," he says.
Nope. Here for drinking money, that's all.
Drinking money?
Ah,
Why would
I
you be
don't
here
like
for
to break this
drinking
out.
money?
Work.
Brand, you said your name was Alos, right?
Olos, yes.
Did you see any... I know they're the goats here, but do you see, like, any people here?
People, no.
'Cause
In fact, I'm pretty alone here. It's actually, if I'm being honest, quite refreshing to have people that can actually talk for once. All the goats begin crowding around Olos and say, "Pipes! Pipes!"
You haven't seen anybody come through recently. We're looking for some people we were hired to find.
Sure
And the
haven't.
trail led here.
As he pulls out his pipes, the goats shriek over and over, "Pipes! Pipes!"
can I try playing my pipes first?
They ignore you and keep saying it to him.
Oh, I was saying to him if I could play before me.
"Well, I suppose if you all don't have any alcohol," he says, like bringing his lips up to the pipes.
Sorry. Don't keep much on me.
"Alright, well, I'm going to play a tune, if that's alright with you." He begins playing on the tune.
I want to attack the pipes.
As he begins playing, there is a poof, and you know what? I have you on the wrong. Oh no, I don't. Okay. There's a as the let's see here, as Hammond suddenly transforms into a goat, and in about the same moment, you lunge towards Alos, trying to wrench the pipes from his fingertips. I need you to make me an athletics check.
Can it be in acrobatics?
Nope. You're trying to grab it from him, right? Not like stealthily steal it. He's got it in his hands and he's playing.
No. I was going to try and attack him out. I was going to take my rapier and hit it.
Oh, if you want to attack him, that makes more sense. I thought you were just trying to like grab them from him. In that case, as you dart towards him, everybody, please. Whoa, that's very loud. As you dart
Astral
towards him,
initiative.
everybody, please.
Nope.
Wow, the music is really loud right now. Hold on. So I know you guys don't have any tokens down, but yeah, roll initiative, please. I'll just add you manually to it.
Oh yeah, that music's very loud.
I turned it down like 3 times too. There we go. Smoke, Hammond, Grover, and Yakov. Smoke, you got a. Oh no, that was the athletics. Okay, so Grover got a 16.
I got a 21.17.
21. Yakov got a 19.
I don't know what the dex mod of a goat is, but I have a +1.
And Grover got, or no, Hammond got a 18. Okay. So actually, for those of you that do get turned into goats during this fight, there you go. That's a goat sheet. Currently, Hammond is a goat, but he may not stay one. We'll see what happens. So, as you all pull out your weapons, Alos leaps up and he goes, "Whoa! That's a bit more than I was looking for," he says, and starts sprinting away from you. He is also going to roll into initiative himself, and we'll see what happens. Smoke is, of course, the one to go first. His rapier is flashed out already, and he dives towards the man. You specifically want to attack his pipes, right?
Yes, but I wouldn't mind hitting him in the face if that's what happens.
Go ahead and give me, if you want to attack specifically the pipes, you can make a disadvantaged attack. If you want to attack him instead, you can make a normal attack.
I'll just attack him at this point. I think.
Okay. He currently is not adjacent to any of your teammates, so you will not get the sneak attack. But as you lunge forward with the rapier, you dive towards him, and your rapier makes contact with the side of his knee. He cries out, "Whoa! Ow!" And as he takes 5 piercing damage, you can see that a little bit trickle of blood dribbles down his legs. But he is quite fast, quite nimble, and avoids the brunt of the damage mostly. Anything else?
Well, that's it.
All right.
That's it. Level 1, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of limited.
Yakov, it is your turn next.
All right. So I had Warhammer and Sickle since the barn. So I'm darting at this guy. Am I too far to just walk over there, or do I have to dash?
Oh yeah, you're well within range to run over there and attack him. He's only like 10 feet away from everyone but Smoke. He hasn't got
awesome.
his turn yet.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there and smack him up the head with my Warhammer.
As you pull your Warhammer, Alos sees that he is definitely a bit more in over his head than he was expecting. The Warhammer cracks against his skull, and he wobbles for a second and then plummets down, thump, to the ground, unconscious.
I throw my net at him.
You throw your net over Alos, but as you do so, all the goats crowd in around you, including now the one that used to be Hammond. They shriek, "Pipes!
Smash the pipes, Yakov.
Oh?
Are you sure they aren't asking for my pipes?
Pipes!"
Yes, Grover, they're not asking for your pipes.
Sad enough.
You can lay your pipe later.
I willingly smash these pipes.
All right. As you smash the pipes, they crack underneath your the weight of the blow, and an intense, evil shriek echoes from the pipes as they shatter into hundreds of pieces. All around you, the goats begin to hover and glow a bright green. Their bodies warp and shift as if they were underwater. Then they fall back down, not as goats. Not as goats, but as humans. Men, women, and children. The people seem dazed as they look around. A man in a straw hat stumbles towards you and takes the infant child that is now in your arms instead of the baby goat and says, "I'm Yannick. I'm the owner of this farm. You saved us."
Nah, that praise goes to Yarkov over there.
Thank you so much, he says, wiping a tear from his eyes.
You're welcome.
I put a hand on his shoulder. It'll be okay now.
Carrying a little girl in his arms, the man thanks you. He has tears in his eyes, and he explains that Alos came one day asking for refuge. He proceeded to drink all their beer and eat all of their food, and then he played his magic pipes at the end of the night. The next thing Yannick and his family knew, well, they didn't know much. They couldn't remember it very much at all. Being a goat took away most of their intelligence, and travelers continued to end up here and be turned into goats until you all showed up and stopped this mad cycle of trickery. You all look down at the unconscious satyr on the ground, and Yannick turns to all the people in the yard who are quietly chatting to each other and gathering their things. "We've experienced something together that we should never forget or take for granted," he says. "But what we need now is rest." He turns back to you. "Please, stay one more night, all of you, at my home as your proper selves. There's some food and beer left in our cellar. I appreciate you, adventurers. You've helped us more than you know." You sleep at the farm.
Probably we are glad.
Is this Owlspell still alive?
He is only unconscious. He's not even severely injured. He's just unconscious. But yes, you guys have him tied up in a net, and you're able to keep him till morning and bring him back to town if you wish to turn him in. You sleep at the farm that night, and in the morning,
Make sure we gag him.
and you gag him. And in the morning, you leave with a dozen of other people, all headed in the same direction. You walk back down the road until you find a fork that wasn't there previously. It's clear that Alos' illusions are gone now. When you head back on the road, a sense of peace has returned to the odd gloom that hung around the trees. You are confidently able to follow the road back to Ciderbrook. You show proof of your triumph in the form of the unconscious satyr and a letter from Yannick, and you claim your 100 gold piece reward.
Woot woot.
Nice.
We get some drinking money.
That's going to be gone by the end of the week.
And with that, thank you for
Especially
playing
with these
Horns
calls.
and Hooves, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the goats.
That was
kinda fun.
extremely fun.
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a real cute
Nice
adventure.
short little. Yeah, I think that's great for especially people learning the D&D. You know.
hmm I actually have a beginner player that's never played D&D tomorrow. That's going to be playing, and I'm really excited for that too. So,
Yeah, I
thank
think
you,
that's
everyone,
definitely the market for this.
and I will see you guys when we do our games together. For Mike, I guess that's Monday. For Billy, probably Thursday, and for I guess Thursday for Johnny too. But and I look forward to the next time I have you at my table, Caleb.
Thank you so much, Cinder, and thank you for letting me play with everyone. I appreciate it.